Welcome to MelanatedMagikTV, and I'm your host, Jessica X. And today I am coming to you to talk about one of my favorite people in the world, Michael Jackson. I am so tired of these stories about Michael. And it's like people don't even go and research or even look at the FBI files and read the FBI files to see for themselves, or to go back and read any of the news clippings and piece together everything to see for themselves. I've been through the FBI files. I've read all 333 pages, even down to when someone was trying to blackmail Michael. I'm so tired of people saying Michael bleached his skin. That is one of the things that has bothered me the most, because I had a family member. My cousin Kenny had vitiligo. I said had because Kenny is no longer with us. Kenny is deceased. But I remember growing up, and I remember seeing pictures of Kenny before he started to lose his color, his pigment. I remember looking at him, and then I remember hearing my family talk about Michael and defend Michael. And I remember looking at how he just, was, when he came back out in the 90s, and he was a different color. He didn't have his pigment. I never once thought that Michael bleached his skin, but I did think that he stopped taking his medicine so that his skin would go ahead and lose pigment completely. Now that I do believe. I don't know how long it would have took for his pigment to lose, because my cousin is not here, so I don't know. But one thing I do know, Michael didn't bleach his skin. And one thing I do know, he didn't rape any kids. One thing I do know. In America, if someone from the dominant society screams rape and you are a black man, they will lynch you. And then this new Jim Crow 2.0, they no longer string you up by a rope. But in times they do. And then they say it's suicide. But for the most part, they do it in court. And when it comes to Michael, I would defend Michael like he's a family member, because I grew up listening to Michael. He, in my eyes, I feel like he is family. So, with that being said, I would defend him the same way I would defend a family member. Michael never had a childhood. He never was able to dribble a ball. He wasn't able to ride a bike. He was performing. He was practicing. His dad had a plan for his kids, and he executed the plan. He turned his kids into modern day royalty. The name Jackson is known all around the world. It's no place on this planet that does not know that Jackson name. He made a name for his family, a legacy. And now, for the last 30 years, they have been attacking the legacy of the Jackson. They've been attacking the breadwinner, I would say, of the Jacksons. The one with the Midas touch, Michael. Michael has always done things for kids. He's always been that way. Whatever city he goes into, whether it's for a funeral or whatever, he goes to the hospital and sees the kids. He does that everywhere he goes. People say, well, is something wrong with a grown man sleeping in the bed with a kid? Okay. For one, I grew up sleeping in the bed with my cousins, my brother. Well, not my brother, my sister. Because my brother wasn't really in the house. He was in and out of YDC. But for the most part, I grew up sleeping in the bed with my cousins and all of that. So that it's nothing wrong with that. In my eyes, I don't look at a child sleeping in the bed with me as something weird. So he grew up the same way. So he looked at it the same way. But then we got to look at it like this. Michael's bedroom was 2 stories high. It was a house within itself. And it wasn't just him and that kid. It was multiple people in there. Parents and all. And he didn't sleep in the bed with the kids. He said he would give up his bed for a kid. He said it's nothing wrong with giving up your bed for a child. Which is nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with that. It's been times where I done had kids sleepovers for my kids. And there's been so many kids that I had to sleep on the sofa and let some of them take my bed and, my daughter's room, and it's kids piled up everywhere. So it's nothing wrong with giving your bed to a kid. I'm not going to sleep in the bed with a kid because me personally, I don't like sleeping with them because they sleep. Wow, my kids are constantly jumping in my bed. So me personally, I prefer not to sleep in the bed with kids because they sleep. Wow. You might wake up and there's a foot in your head. Just saying. But Michael was not a pedophile. Michael loved kids. Period. He would not harm them. He said he would kill himself before he harm a kid. And I believe him. And I know some of y'all will ask, well, will you leave your kids with Michael if he was still alive? Yes, I would. I would. I trust him. You got to think about it like this. He has staff, people working in the houses, people constantly around. What could he do? He technically does not have privacy in his own room unless it's like in his bedroom or something. But on the other hand, I'm going to say this, and I mean no disrespect to the Jackson family or to Michael himself. But when I look at Michael, I get the sense that he wasn't even thinking about sex, period. Period. I don't even get a sexual vibe off of Michael whatsoever. So with that being said, I can't imagine him doing anything to a kid. At all. I can't. I can't see it at all. So, what I want to do next, give me a quick second. I want to share something. This is a GoFundMe. His nephew Taj Jackson, he wants to raise money so that he can make a documentary himself defending his uncle. I will make sure I leave a link so that y'all could donate to it. I will be donating myself. But we got to make sure that we protect Michael. Michael is not here to defend himself. And the defender of the family, Joe Jackson, Mr. Joe is not here. Papa Joe is not here to defend the family. The main ones on the front line is Brandy Jackson and Taj Jackson. But what we need to do, family, we need to make sure that we support our family, donate, promote him, share his GoFundMe, open up your platform so that they can come on and have a voice. Because in the past, before social media, we wasn't able to reach out and actually talk to them and help, spread the word. get their word out. In the past, we wasn't able to do that. But now that we're able to do that, let's make sure we take advantage of that. Let's share his GoFundMe. And if you're able to get them on your channel, get them on your channel. And let them speak. Just let them use your platform. And if y'all hear this, Taj or Brandy Jackson, y'all are more than welcome to come on my channel and do an interview and share your uncle's story. Y'all are more than welcome. But family, we need to make sure that we get on code and we support Michael, because Michael is innocent and Michael is not here to defend himself. And this is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong. I don't know how many times I got to say it. This is wrong. This is wrong. I'm at the point in my life I'm about ready to say, and y'all, I'm probably going to have some backlash, but when it comes to anyone from the dominant society saying someone touched them, whether it was rape, molestation, that it is not to be believed. It is not to be believed, especially if this person is famous. They're only going after the bag. They just want money. That's all that they want. They don't want nothing else, because if they really wanted justice, why wait till he is dead? If he truly touched you, why? Why would you go after the money? Why? People gonna say, oh, for emotional damage. Listen, I was raped myself. I was raped. I don't want no damn money. All I wanted was for dude to be behind bars, which I quickly learned because I'm black. They looked at me like, oh, okay. And then I lived in a certain area at the time. They just looked at me like I was crazy. Like I caused it on myself. Dude even admitted to, whatever. Like he admitted to it. He never went to jail. The investigator stopped, So all I'm saying is, I can sense. I'm a woman. Women have this thing called intuition. A lot of us don't use it. But also I have insight, and I know how women tend to, well, not even women, how people tend to react and how they, carry themselves. It's a lot of different things that go into it. I don't want to explain it and expose it, so people who are going to go out and cry rape could use this to their advantage. So I'm not going to really speak on it, but you can tell when you are a victim yourself. You can tell when someone is lying. You can tell when someone has been raped, violated, because how they act, even if they're not coming out saying that something happened, just by their actions you can tell. Well, that's all I really have to say for today. But I will say, rest in peace, Michael Jackson. We love you and we miss you. And we're going to keep fighting for you and for the Jackson family. Y'all have a good day, and thanks for tuning in to MelanatedMagikTV. And again, I am your host. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe and comment. Have a good day.